Hey there, viewers. So I read all of your comments, and apparently a lot of you like to see the inspection videos. So I'm not going to do an inspection video on every car because not every car needs repairs. Just on the ones that I find that has a lot of things and mainly repair stuff. I'm not going to do like brake lights and air filters and stuff like that because nobody wants to see that. But I will show the ones with a good amount of repairs that are needed on the vehicle, such as this 2004 Honda Civic that I got here that is only in for rear brake inspection. So let me bring you along and I'll show you what I find. And I know somebody in the comments is going to be like, came in for a brake inspection, left with like a $3,000 bill. But we'll see. We'll see at the end of the video. If there is going to be repairs, I'll just add it to the end of the video. But other than that, if it declines it, then that's the end of the video. So let's take a look. So I just want to show you what I found so far. A bit of an oil leak from the valve cover, but there's more oil underneath. I'll show you that later. But one thing I noticed is brake fluid level is low. And if you look underneath the brake master cylinder, it is leaking. So this brake master cylinder is actually leaking. You see all the paint peeling away? That's just because the brake fluid has eaten away all the paint on that brake booster. So this master cylinder is actually leaking. It's probably leaking inside the brake booster as well. So that's one thing. Another thing, drive belt is cracked. I don't know how I'm going to show you this. Starting to crack. 220,000 kilometers. No sticker anywhere on the area to tell me when it was done, but it looks like somebody has removed it because they marked it. So maybe it has the timing belt done, but they reused the belt. That's the only thing I noticed. So yeah, let me take you underneath now, show you what I see underneath. Okay, so before I completely take you underneath, we're just in the driver's side front here. That bushing is broken, and here's a better look at that master cylinder down there. So that master cylinder is leaking. So that's this side. Let's go along the other side. Just check the compliance bushing on this side. And then this side, it hasn't completely broken all the way through yet, but it's getting there. And then shocks on these things are okay. Okay, so let's go underneath, and then I'll show you what's underneath. All right, so we're underneath the car now, and you can see all this oil. I thought it was like maybe the oil filter that was dripping, right? But no, they didn't clean that up. But I think it's most likely the oil pan or the oil pump over here. Oh, let me see. There you go. Possibly oil pump, crank seal. Somewhere along that line. So now just going back, somebody put a hose clamp on that, I guess because the oil made it all soft and everything. Yeah, so the original complaint is they want us to check the rear brakes, and the reason for that is let me bring it down a little lower for you to take a look. Oh, and by the way, my coworker got me this headband flashlight. It's pretty sick. Freaking love this thing. He got all of us in the shop one, so that's that's this thing. So if I can actually turn on this, right, and then if I wave it, it turns on the light. Wave it again, and it turns off the light. So the original thing that it came in for is they want us to inspect the rear brakes, but I can't get this drum off, and it looks like somebody has already tried, because you can see. Someone ran a screw into that and tried to pull it out, but it won't come off. Like there's a lip on the drum that's preventing it from coming off the shoe. So that's why you can't get this drum off. Also on the other side, same thing. I think someone tried to run a screw in there and then tried to get it off, but they couldn't because let me show you. Getting caught up on the lip on the drum. There's a lip on the drum that's preventing it to get past the shoes to get the drums off. So you can keep trying, but the best thing to do is have new hardware. That way, if you do break it, then you have it. Because if I break it now, then and we don't have hardware, you're kind of stuck. So I'm gonna order new hardware just in case. But there's also an inspection hole back here. You can actually check the shoes, and it still looks pretty good. But I don't know. See if they want to do anything. They also want to adjust the e-brake because the e-brake is not doing anything. All right, so now we're going to be playing the waiting game. I'm just going to put everything back together and kick it outside and see if the customer wants to do anything. But if you're all wondering how many kilometers this thing has, it has 213,400. And yeah, my concern is that at that kind of mileage and the timing belt hasn't been done and that oil is leaking, and if it is leaking onto the timing belt, that could leave you stranded if it shreds the belt. But yeah, other than that, yeah, if anything gets approved, I'll just add on to the rest of this video. So anyways, if this is the end, hope you enjoyed the video. I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hey there, viewers. So this is going to be inspection video number 2. I put it all into one video, but I'm pretty close to the steering wheel because this person, I'm assuming, is not very tall. So I typically don't like to move the seats. I usually leave them as they are, so that way the customer gets in, seats in the same spot. But yeah, it's not that bad, but I am pretty close. But while I was driving, what I've noticed is this thing's got a bad ignition switch. This is in for a regular service, right? We don't charge for inspection. It's you come in for a recall, you get a free inspection. That's how we do it here, and that's how it goes. So yeah, this is, I guess it's good for what do you call it? CSI, or customer satisfaction index, or whatever they call it. So yeah, we do an inspection on every car, regardless if they're coming in for service or a recall, or they just want to come in for an inspection. It's just we find stuff, and then yeah, it's just an opportunity, I guess. But this one is just in for a regular maintenance. But we do an inspection, take it for a test drive. First thing I've noticed is the ignition switch is buzzy. There you go. Oh, now there you go. Let's start. But they don't. There was no complaint about it. Yeah. So let's take you along to the rest of the car, and I'll show you what I find. So these tires, they're about 10 years old. They look pretty dry rotted. One thing I like to do is spin the wheel, right? Make sure everything spins freely. But when you get to over here, you can't really turn it. And if you look there, you see the discolored rotor and how that brake pad looks like. Yeah, this rotor got hot, and it's you can't really turn this thing. Here, maybe I'll zoom out and show you. Yeah, so it's tight. This side spins fine. Same with this side. And yeah, you can see like the tires are pretty much done. Coming along underneath, I'll show you typical oil leaks around this area, like most of the Civics. And yeah, typically up there, right? Somebody's welded a new aftermarket exhaust from here all the way to the muffler, right? Because that one, this is what, still an OEM one, I think. No. Yeah, no, it's an aftermarket one. OEM one doesn't rust like that. So while I'm down here, when I see stuff like that, I try to see if I can poke a hole through it. But I think that's still solid. Oh, this is all rotting away. Same thing on this side. This is not too bad. You can chip that away. Just hope I don't, poke a hole. Oh. Yeah. Make sure you can't poke a hole in that, especially around this area. So, I don't know. We got the issue with the CRVs and they come out with a recall with a stiffener brace where we install that. So that's what it looks like on the Civic. Yeah, so that's what it looks like underneath here. Man, sometimes you just gotta really dig in there, because sometimes they're like rotted up into that, and that thing completely falls apart inside. But I think that's okay. Like right here, there's a pretty soft spot right here, I think. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there, see? You might not be able to see it, but sometimes you can poke a hole in this. Like everything else around it might not look as very rusty, but for some reason in this general area, I think it probably because it retains water in here, and this thing starts to rot out, especially behind this this control arm, right? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's completely rotted in there. Let me zoom in, maybe a better view. That's what it looks like inside. Yeah, how's that? You guys see it better? just to show you what we see while I'm at work. And here's another better look at the tires. Production date is like 14. Let me see where I can find a production date. Yeah, 44-14, almost 10 years old. So now I got the wheels off. The shock is leaking. You can see all the dirt that's sticking to it. I'm also gonna take this caliper off and make sure that it's not because it's seized in the bracket, and it's actually seized at the caliper. See if I can push in that piston. Yeah, tried turning it. Nope, caliper is no good. But you know, once I took it off the thing, it moves freely. Okay, on this side, rear shock is fine on this side. It's just, I find it that it's always on the passenger side that always leaks. I don't know why. That's what I've always noticed. But on this side, the caliper was able to, or I was able to push that in, so this one's fine. Just need that caliper on that side. But yeah, let's see what we get. So while we're in the process of checking the brakes, you might as well check brake lines and, you know, connections and stuff. But sometimes they're always covered in dirt, and you gotta dig this stuff out and see how these things look. You know, because it could just be rotted away behind all that dirt, and you don't know. So yeah, sometimes you gotta dig stuff, dig yourself out. You know, all the brake line and stuff. Yeah, so that looks, the line looks okay, but the bracket behind it looks pretty rusty. So make sure you check this too, even though it's covered in dirt. I'm using my 12 mil because that's what I use to take off the. Actually, I could just grab a screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, and poke at it too. Back with the screwdriver, like that. That clip isn't even there anymore. That's what's left of this bracket here. And again, like this car is not that rusty. It's certain areas, right? Like right behind this thing here. Like, can't help but try to poke a hole in some areas, you know. But that's what that brake line looks like here. Rusty, but doesn't look like it's gonna fail anytime soon. Yeah, so make sure you clean that stuff off and actually take a look at it, because let me show you the other side. Yeah, we're over here. Same deal. It's all covered in dirt. So like, even look at that. See? Make sure that metal brake line is okay, you know, under all this stuff. It's like an excavation site, you know, like they're digging for fossils or something. So this one might be a little bit worse. because I'm pushing away material. So brake lines might not be that good on this side. Let me get a better cleaning on this thing, and I'll show you what this side looks like. I don't even think there's a nut left on this side. So I cleaned it the best I can, but you can't even see a nut on there to even try to get that brake line off. But yeah, that's yeah, I just thought I'd show you this. Like, even this is, I think this is what was the undercoating here too. I don't know. Maybe I keep poking at stuff and see what I find. Like a hole, maybe? I can poke a hole here. Oh yeah, there you go. There's the hole. I found the hole. I finally found that hole. There you go. See? So definitely completely rotted out here. Like I said, I don't know why. It's always in this area. This is a 2006 Honda Civic, by the way. But there you go. Poked the hole right through the body. So yeah. Yep. I don't know if this was undercoating before, because it is kind of soft. Yeah, there you go. Pretty much, I poked the hole right into the body. Yep. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I thought I'd just pick the ones that are, I guess, interesting for all you to see. But yeah, anyways, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. And maybe you'll see more of stuff like this. You know, holes in the body.